Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 4th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great 4th of July out there today so far. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July evening and overnight. And I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your locations. And also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few other products they offer. And also, we're going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center and the tropics toward the end of this broadcast. Okay, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos and share these videos. And let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Alrighty, as you can see, we got quiet condition from Quebec, Canada, down through Montreal and Toronto, Canada, all the way into Ohio and Pennsylvania, back toward Philadelphia, New York and Boston area, and portions of southern New York State. We got showers and storms up here in Maine, all the way back into portions of New Hampshire and northern New York State. Also down here in portions of Virginia, down through the Carolinas, all the way down to Miami, Florida, including the Florida Keys, northern portion of Gulf of Mexico, and also over toward Houston and just east of Dallas there, through Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. Also over toward Denver, Colorado, and the portion of Wyoming and South Dakota and Nebraska, all the way back up into portions of Iowa and through Minnesota and Wisconsin and into southern Canada as well. That is, excuse me. We got in the yellow slashed area here, we have some severe thunderstorm possible in this region here, extending from portions of Illinois all the way back to Denver, Colorado. And we got high pressures in charge of areas weather, extending all the way from Minnesota, northern Minnesota, I can't even talk. Southern Canada through much of Minnesota, through South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, all the way down to Texas, northern Mexico, and also into the Gulf of California as well, through Los Angeles and San Francisco, and also up toward the Seattle area and Vancouver, Canada region as well for your Wednesday. Alright, there's a look at your Thursday forecast. We got quiet condition for Quebec, Canada, all the way back into portion of Wisconsin, northern Missouri, through Minnesota, through North Dakota, back into Montana, all the way back into West Texas, northern Mexico, back over to the Gulf of California, back to Los Angeles, San Francisco, back to Seattle, Washington, and the Vancouver, Canada region as well. We got showers and storms extending from Michigan to Montreal, Toronto, Canada, to Maine, through Boston, New York City, all the way down to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., to the Carolinas, down to Miami, Florida, the Florida Keys, northern Gulf of Mexico, all the way back into Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Oklahoma, all the way back in eastern Wyoming, South Dakota, and Nebraska, back into Missouri, Illinois, and back towards Chicago, Illinois as well, and then into Michigan as well. In the yellow slashed area over here, we got some severe weather possible in this region, and also in the red slashed area, there may be some severe weather also in portions of the Kansas area as well. The yellow slashed area, like I said, that's severe thunderstorm possible from North Dakota all the way into portions of Kansas. This includes Denver, Colorado as well for your Thursday. Alright, here's a look at the weather radar across the nation here. As you can see, we got scattered activity over southern Canada through Maine, all the way through the coastal waters of the mid-Atlantic region, all the way down into the southeastern United States, all the way back into the south toward Texas and portions of back into Mexico as well. Also some scattered activity down in the Gulf of Mexico. Also got more widespread showers down here in Cuba, scattered activity over portions of the Bahamas. Also more widespread showers and storms on the western side of Puerto Rico. The eastern side looks pretty good. So Hawaii as well, got some scattered activity there as well. Scattered activity over northern Mexico through New Mexico, into Colorado, also into Washington, over to Idaho, and also into portions of southern Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and also over toward Iowa as well. scattered activity also in Wisconsin down to Illinois, all the way back over toward West Virginia and Virginia as well. Alright, let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. As you can see here, we got some flood advisories over northern Maine, also over portion of Vermont as well. Got some special weather statements there as well, also in the portion of New York State. Flood watches also in effect for Boston and Connecticut region. Also some special marine warnings right there along coastal areas in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Heat advisory is also in effect for portions of southeast North Carolina, southeast Georgia, into much of Florida. Coastal flood advisory along the coastal area of South Carolina. Got a severe thunderstorm warning up around the Greenville-Spartanburg area. Special weather statements and heat advisories over portions of South Texas. Also heat advisories over here in portions of New Mexico. Also we have excessive heat warnings in effect for southern Arizona and southern California. Special weather statements there as well. Red flag warnings are in effect for eastern Utah and western portions of Colorado. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for areas southeast of Wyoming, eastern Colorado, northern and northwestern portions of Kansas, southeastern portions and eastern portions of Nebraska, and western portion of Iowa. Got some ongoing well. Special weather statements also issued for these areas as well. Also a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Kansas, and also we still have some flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings and flood advisory for portions of Tennessee, back into Arkansas and Missouri. Some severe thunderstorm warnings also for southeast Wyoming. We have wind advisories over Montana. We have red flag warnings in effect for western Washington State, western Oregon. Also some heat advisories also in effect for western Oregon, southern Oregon, and northern California. And also we have some flood advisory for portions of the mountain range of California, and some flood issues along coastal areas of there, California, right there, and also some air quality alerts there also for Southern California. Air quality alerts also in effect for portions of Pennsylvania, northern Ohio, also western and eastern Michigan, also northeastern Illinois, and much of Wisconsin. Special weather statements for the western portions of Alaska, and also some gale warnings on the south side of the Hawaiian chain island. North side looks a-okay. Alright. Storm Prediction Center overview. As you can see, general thunderstorms of Maine all the way down into New York State, down here in the Carolinas, back into more widespread activity over Mississippi and Alabama, northern Louisiana, also into Missouri. Also more scattered showers and storms also expected over portions of Colorado and into Kansas and Nebraska, with some severe thunderstorm watches also in effect there. Marginal risk from the Outer Banks of North Carolina, from Washington D.C. down through the Outer Banks of North Carolina, through South Carolina, all the way back into Texas. Also from Wisconsin all the way back into Utah as well. Convective outlook, there's the convective outlook. There's that marginal risk I was talking about. We have an enhanced risk and a slight risk over Kansas, all the way back into Colorado, also over toward Iowa as well. Current watches in effect right over here in portions of Nebraska, Kansas, also eastern portions of Colorado, and southeastern portions of Wyoming as well. MDS discussion currently have none in effect. Storm reports are currently, as of this recording, we had 0 tornado report. Wind reports 30, 0 was high. Generally, they were generally mainly over Vermont, New Hampshire, also in the upstate New York, also over toward Connecticut, Boston area, also down toward the Philadelphia region, southern South Carolina, also down around the Panhandle of Florida, also into central Mississippi, also western Wisconsin, also in the northeastern Nebraska, eastern portion of Wyoming as well. The hail report, we had 24, 2 of them were large. They were generally located in Kansas, Nebraska, also into Colorado and Wyoming, and also one down here in Texas as well, and a couple up here around Vermont, and New York State. All right, total storm report currently 54. I do expect these numbers to climb, so get ready. They are a little bit over 100 as we continue through the afternoon and evening hours. Fire weather issues. We still had that ISO dry T-spot over here in portion of western Colorado. Also, we have an elevated risk in the orange extending from southwest Colorado through Arizona, New Mexico, also over into Nevada and southern Utah. And we have a critical fire weather problem over northern Zona. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up now with the tropical weather outlook for the next 48 hours over the tropical Atlantic. Currently, there will be nothing to report. Tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 48 hours. And also, it will be during the next 7 days as well. The Pacific looks good as well. No tropical cyclones expected at the time there as well. Alright. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and try to get these numbers climbing for me if you do not mind. And I will catch you back in the next one, and also consider subscribing. Love to have you.